Hello, this is the layering on a hybrid magnolia tree that I've set it up around 16 months ago, so more than a year. And today I'm going to check whether there are any roots that have grown, because I don't know yet. This magnolia tree is an unknown variety, but it's a hybrid magnolia. This variety has quite big leaves of this shape, and it's a strong grower, very fast grower. This tree is located at my friend's garden, and the point is that this magnolia hasn't ever flowered yet. That's why I wanted to propagate it, because my friend is thinking to get rid of this magnolia because it didn't flower. Well, look at this. These are some wrappings or a kind of preparations that I made a year ago to prepare the branch for layering. But at that moment I didn't have enough time for setting the layering, so I set just 2 pieces. But here you can see this kind of preparations they are quite sensible, because you can see here this is the beginning of a root growing. So making it this way, it enables faster root growing than in a case when none of these preparations were done. And the preparation, the basics of it is the bark has to be removed at this piece of branch, about 1 inch along the branch. Then it has to be wrapped tightly with a plastic foil. And this is done mostly in the spring, like in the middle of May or something like that. Another reason for doing stuff like that is to make the branch growing slower, because this is a extremely rapid growing magnolia, so I wanted it to slow down a little bit. Okay, let's remove this tin foil and see how it looks, if there are roots. Because if there ain't any roots, I'm going to leave it like that. But you can see here there are roots already, so it is likely that we can remove. Oh well, perfect. It is likely we can remove this part of plant from the main plant, and we will have a separate sapling. So then, if my friend would like to remove this tree, the variety that is undefined yet can be saved this way. So we will have a new magnolia saplings, and the main plant, if my friend if he doesn't like it, he can remove it without any problem. So very nicely rooted. So you can see a layering of magnolias, it is possible also, but in this case it took 16 months with the preparations of this kind that I told you before. So in the spring a piece of bark was removed totally in here, and then it was wrapped with a plastic wrap. And then when I had some spare time, I've set these bulbs full of moist soil peat-based soil, and looks like we have succeeded. So now I'm going to cut it off the main part of the plant. So this layer has to be removed. I will make a cut in here. Okay, so we are done with this. The saplings are separated from the main plant, but they have lots of side twigs, or the branch is quite big, so I have to now try to take it out of this shrubby area. You can see these saplings are really big indeed, so the size of the crown has to be reduced in order to make it possible for the saplings to establish themselves. But first, have a look at these roots. The roots are very thick and fleshy, and they can be easily damaged, so these roots have to be handled with incredible care. Otherwise they can be damaged and then they can rot. So, and this is something that we don't want. So remember to handle magnolia roots with exceptional care. So this is how it looks after the size of the crown has been reduced. This size of the saplings can easily guarantee that these will thrive after planting, after potting. So I'm going to plant them into containers and keep them in a sheltered place over winter, and then they can be planted in the spring, or they can be kept for a year in containers to make them establish themselves. But before planting, the foil has to be removed of these soil balls. Right now this plastic foil makes a kind of extra layer of protection, because before I plant them I'm going to transport them to another place. So to keep the roots safe and secure, I'm going to keep the foil on. In spite of me being extremely cautious, one of the roots has fallen out, has fallen off. Well, you can see these roots are really brittle, so remember to be cautious and not to damage them. Now I will remove this plastic foil with gently cutting through the plastic wrap with a pocket knife, very gently, not to damage roots. I will try to avoid damaging them. It may be difficult, but well, we'll see. Okay, I will show you the result in a while. First layer removed. Now what is left? This is this plastic bag. I'm going to remove it as well. By the way, if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel if you like. Have a look. These roots are thick and brittle. They contain lots of starch, so it's a kind of power supply for the new sapling to grow. Well, have a look once again. Very nicely rooted, lots of roots. It is very likely the sapling will survive. And the same I'm going to do with the other one. It's quite time consuming to do it carefully, watching that none of these roots are broken. Have a look at the other one. Lots of roots as well, nicely rooted. So we can call it a successful rooting of a hybrid magnolia. Okay, it's getting darker, so now I'm going to plant them into separate containers, but possibly I will not be filming this alone because the video quality may get worse. So I will just place some photos of planted already. So when the work is done, I'm gonna take a photo of it. Okay, thank you for watching. This is a air layering of magnolia video. The result, the final result, after 16 months when this experiment was going on. Thank you for watching. I'm Bartosz Pacuła, broadcasting from Poland. Thank you and bye bye.